Hi guys, just a quick video from me on this rather warm and sweaty Wednesday afternoon. Sorry, I have to keep the windows open in here because it is that warm, so you can probably hear some lawnmowers roaring outside, but it's that kind of weather. But I wanted to make this video, a little bit unusual for this channel, but I wanted to make this video a sort of news video to tell you about some exciting news about Transformers comics. Because I tend to find that Transformers comics news isn't something that's covered by a lot of the major Transformers YouTube channels. Toys and cartoons, sure, but comic book stuff doesn't seem to spread as quickly. And just some exciting stuff going on that I think hopefully some of my audience will be interested to hear about. So as a lot of you may know from watching my videos, if nothing else, that at the end of last year, after 17 years of publishing Transformers comic books, IDW Publishing finally lost the Transformers license. This was announced over a year ago at the start of 2022, and they continued publishing comics all through 2022, finished off their ongoing continuity and published a few miniseries to close out things. But then from the start of 2022 until now, it's been complete silence. No word of anything. Before IDW announced that they were losing the license, though, in December of 2021, like 18 months ago, it was reported that Skybound, which is an imprint of Image Comics, were interested in acquiring the Transformers and the G.I. Joe licenses. It was only ever, rumor, insider information, and Skybound never commented on it, and we've heard nothing more about it officially since, until right now. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 14th of June, and I'm here to talk to you about Void Rivals. Now, this is a new sci-fi comic from Skybound, which was just released today, June 14th, issue number 1. And it was announced back in February as being written by Robert Kirkman, who, if you're a comic reader, you'll almost certainly know the name of, but even if you're not, may well know him as the creator of The Walking Dead and Invincible, with art by Lorenzo De Felici. And it's about two aliens from rival civilizations named Darak and Solila who wind up stranded on this barren planet together and have to work together in order to get off it. Kind of an enemy mine situation. And it was promoted as launching a new shared universe. But it was treated as this complete big secret event. Total secrecy. It was a surprise that, wouldn't be revealed until the comic itself was published today. And even review copies that were sent out had certain pages missing from them in order to keep this surprise. But building on the knowledge that, Skybound were interested in Transformers and G.I. Joe, there was speculation. And the comic was released today, and yes, this new shared universe, the Energon universe as they're calling it, is going to include Transformers and G.I. Joe. Now, Void Rivals itself is its own sci-fi property with its own story that it's telling, an original property. It's simply the first book establishing a new universe in which new Transformers stories will take place. How much interplay there'll be between Void Rivals and Transformers and G.I. Joe in this world, we simply don't know. Only this first issue is out. I'm not going to tell you anything about the actual content of the story and the spoiler and how the Transformers become involved. You'll have to read it yourself to find out. But I get a lot of messages and comments from people, saying they want to start reading Transformers comics, but there's so many of them they don't know where. Well, for the first time in 17 years, here is your on-ramp. This is issue number 1 of a brand new universe. You don't need to have read anything else previously because there isn't anything else previous to read. A brand new universe, a brand new start, where you can start reading Transformers comics. This is Void Rivals, as I say. It's the start of this new universe. It's its own story about these two warring aliens. The actual Transformers comic, Transformers number 1 from Daniel Warren Johnson, written and drawn by him, that launches in October. And it's followed by Duke and Cobra Commander comics in December and January. Those are written by Joshua Williamson, Flash writer Joshua Williamson. And if you want to get yourself warmed up to start reading Transformers comics from the very beginning, for what is genuinely the first time in nearly 2 decades, Void Rivals number 1 is out now. You can go to your comic shop and buy physical copies, or you can get it digitally from Comixology or whatever other digital platforms sell Image Comics. The secrecy surrounding this stealth surprise launch of a new Transformers universe, well, it's worked. The thing you have to really kind of understand here is we, like the hardcore Transformers and G.I. Joe fans, we are not really the target audience for this. The aim here is clearly to get a Transformers comic into the hands of people who might not normally pick them up. Robert Kirkman, he's a big name who sells comics absolutely fine on his own. And Void Rivals #1, that sold 100,000 copies to stores already on the strength of his name and on the secrecy of the whole concept. Which is genuinely more copies than any single Transformers issue has sold since the height of Dreamwave 20 years ago. It's a big, I personally, for my money, I think it's the big, exciting shot in the arm that Transformers comics needed to launch in a huge, exciting new way. A shock headline-grabbing tactic paired with a high-profile creative team. It's got me excited, and I just wanted to share the news with you, and hope it gets you excited as well. Void Rivals #1, you can buy it now.